Oh, the story must be rolled.
The
story
must
be
rolled. It has to be rolled. Can everyone hear us now? I hope. I pray.
It's just like that old commercial. Can you hear me now? I think
Speak
it was
to us,
for
O
gum.
congregation.
It was one of those early Mentos before Mentos sold out, when they still had a little bit of fun. Those Mentos fellas. The story must be rolled. We are back. We are here. We've got Brother Reid, Devin, Sister Callista, Cantor Michael. I'm Pastor Andrew, and we have our main man Jared here as well, producing the shit out of this bad boy. How excited is everyone?
Oh, too excited.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna hurt myself inside a bank. That's just a common thing we say here at the story.
I am halfway to vibrating out of this chair. I'm so hyped for this evening.
Yeah, that's because we bought you that vibrating chair. It was for your birthday. Welcome back, Sister Callista. You weren't with us last time.
Thanks. Yeah. You know how they say if it's coming out both ends, you should probably stay home?
Yep.
Uh-huh. So
you're home right now. So does that mean that it's coming out? It's coming out both ends because it looks like you're home.
It's well, my home's not the home.
Your home.
Sick save. We've got one hell of a story must be rolled. One story of a story must be rolled tonight. We're gonna have some spoofs. There are gonna be some goofs. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The story must be rolled.
The story must be rolled.
Please just get into it, Cantor Michael. Give us a juicy laydown.
Yeah.
The story is coming at you thick and turgid tonight, congregation. I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
So,
good.
Let us return to the story at hand. Where we last left our intrepid heroes, we were in the rural town of Thundering Hills. After a harrowing evening, all four of our teenage titans here awakened some sort of strange ability after their tussle with a broken artifact idol in the Thundering Hills Historical Preservation Society. The following day, the teens, except for Tabitha, all went to school where they met the supposed state trooper Agent Carruthers, which some might believe to be a secret agent, but why would you think that? He's just a simple state officer.
Tricky boy. He's a tricky guy. He was wearing a button that said, "I'm a secret agent, don't tell anyone," though.
It's standard issue for the FBI nowadays. The boys, Devin, Tuggy, and Tuff, all weathered a short interrogation at the hands of Agent Carruthers, but through one method or another managed to Devin their way out of that situation. And where we last left off, the boys were faced with an enigmatic figure who had just approached the school. Let's slip back into the story right then. So Devin, Tuggy, and Tuff Boyman, you are currently facing down a gentleman who looks to be in his 30s or 40s, shaggy red hair down past the shoulders, this sort of long, intricately pleated beard.
Ooh, that dwarf beard. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Full-on dwarf beard. Woven...
Grimly's brother. Gimli's brother. He's
woven together like grandmother's rug. And ornamented with all these little crystalline chandelier danglies.
Ooh.
He approaches, the light catching off of the jewels in his beard and the tie-dye of his shirt. And he looks to you three and says, I thought I sensed your presence here. Good evening, children. I just wanted to drop by and introduce myself. My name is Ross, though you can call me Roswell. He seems to be waiting for the three of you to respond.
Hello? I'm sorry. There shouldn't just be adults wandering into the school, sir.
I don't know who you are or why you're named after an alien town, but I'm not giving you a squeezer in the back of whatever car you came in.
That's right. The front seat, mister. Treat him with the respect you give to a young Devon.
Young astral traveler, it's funny that you think I would climb into one of those government death boxes, or indeed that I would allow my photo to be taken and placed on a small laminated card, instituting that I would be able to operate one of those death boxes. No. I have floated here on an astral breeze to deliver dark tidings, friends.
Wait a minute, I think he was talking about a driver's license.
Truly,
who are ye who
erudition.
travels without license?
I get hung up on details real easy. As you were saying.
Worry not, children. I know this is a strange moment, but I could feel your psionic energy reaching out across the noosphere, and I knew that as your astral caravaneer, I had to approach you, my fellow travelers. There's a big storm coming. And if you four aren't ready, wait. Aren't there supposed to be four of you?
Yes. Well, there were some scheduling mishaps the last time we went to school this morning. So
hey
you
guys,
understand.
Hey,
oh,
hey.
Tabitha, what are you doing
man.
here?
I swear, you guys were like just 4 feet ahead of me all day long. It was the weirdest thing. I couldn't catch up. You couldn't hear me.
Oh, gee whiz,
So
Tabitha,
weird.
we got a lot to catch you up on. Let's go back an hour and a half to the last time we did this and tell you everything that's happened.
You have to do something, Mr. Agent. And now you know the full story.
Wow, you guys sure have been through a lot.
Roswell, who was standing there completely unmoving and silent during your entire explanation, just slowly. How did you do that with your mouths? That was crazy.
I just imagine the sun going down, then going up again, and the time it took us to come back.
Fucking Zelda.
Now that all four of us have been brought here, you there, brother of the corn, and he points at you, Tuggy.
I would consider myself more a steward, but continue.
When the ears bend their ear as they do to you, that is kinship, not service.
I suppose my powers have gained a certain omnipresence.
He says as vines begin to curl in through the rafters of the ceiling above him. I believe that you have been touched by something cosmic in importance, my guys. And I think it prudent that we discuss the nature of what has happened that has changed you so, and the passenger, and he looks at your school bag where the broken idol was last rummaging about.
Nothing?
Hey, relax, dude. I'm not the man.
That's something the man could never say. Well, I suppose...
The man? Where? And he dives behind Tabitha to hide.
Oh, hey. I think you're good.
The feds aren't here?
Well,
I hope not.
Well, Tabitha, if you remember the things we told you in very quick haste, there was indeed someone that was not who he said he was. He wasn't one of the 4 sheriffs I know: Greg, Grant, Jim Radon, and Churnip.
Oh.
Nor was he one of the principals, vice principals, custodians, or teachers here at the school.
Oh.
Therefore, I believe he was a Secret Serviceman, a master of deception for the
Right.
government.
I can spot a G-man from 1,000 feet away. He smelled like gabagool.
I like you guys. You're my crowd.
Well, sir, I think I like you. What can we do you for?
I think it best if we discuss this somewhere where we might not be observed through illicit means.
Devin called it. Devin called it. It's a squeezer, isn't
told
it?
you guys. I told you. At first, there was a moment there in the middle. I thought it may be fish bootlegs, but it's squeezer. It's got squeezer written all over him. Get it out of here, pal.
Nobody's squeezing nobody, man. I promise. On my honor as a steward of the mind.
Okay. This guy's all right.
Oh, sure.
You
You
used
put it
the
like
word I
that.
used earlier, and I think that's kind of neat. It made me feel like I was all part of it.
That's what we call a callback, son. Alrighty. We should retreat to my shop. Come along, friends. And he immediately just starts walking out of school. It's like 10 a.m. School is definitely not out yet.
I cut school so much they call me a knife. It's
It's true. His nickname is A Knife.
a knife.
Tough A knife boy, man.
Tough a knife boy, man. Ah, you should see me tough a knife boy.
He
Man.
is Anthony.
A is for Anthony.
Well, I do have one objection, that being my normally pristine attendance record. Therefore, I propose the following. Tuggy then bends down to the ground. He places his fingers on it, and he shakes and rattles until a corn stalk and then 2 and then 20 do grow and intertwine. Then
Okay.
another grows up from the ground, it does. They form a crotch, and from there a waist. And slowly, a slowly same-heighted figure stands of cornstalk alone.
So you're attempting to create a clone of yourself via corn.
Not necessarily a clone, but I would say a lookalike,
A decoy?
a decoy.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a charm roll, and I will add your psionic dice.
Yes,
Trying
I
to
would do
hit-
that.
You're trying to hit, let's say, an 8 total.
Charm
And
roll. Oh no.
Mr. Canamichael,
Wait, what
should
do
we
I
remind
add?
Sorry, what was that?
What can I
Past
add to
Ranger?
that? Oh, sorry.
should we remind the good folks at home too? What the psionic, the powers?
Oh,
might
right,
be?
of course. So, because I am a hack for mechanics in tabletop RPGs, I have taken the normally lovely narrative-focused system of kids on bikes and jury-rigged it to have psychic powers in it. So whenever our psionic high schoolers attempt to use their abilities, I will add a d4 to their rolls. If it's a basic psychic ability like lifting something with your mind or talking to your friend across the room without using your mouth. But if it's one of their special abilities, which for Tuggy is control of plants, for Tabitha is powers we've only seen a little bit, but manipulation of the very air around us. For Tough Boy,
like when you fart.
Guys, it's like
Or a whisper.
so majorly uncool.
You whisper farts.
Yeah, charts.
For Tough, it's the power to change size. And for Devin, it's the power to spare us all from having to look at him.
Tired of it right now.
All right, so it looks like we got a 2 on that charm roll. Let's see if those additional 2d4 save you.
Please. Hey, all
Hey,
right.
would you look at that? So, you place your hands upon the ground, and up sprouts Corn Tuggy, just as beautiful as the real version.
You, I will call Tuggy Jr., the first of his name. Now go and learn my geometry. Husk, husk.
Still rooted to the ground, your Corn doppelganger sways gently in the breeze, but he seems to assent to your orders.
I'm seeing double. 4 tuggies.
Really dumb.
All right. Do the rest of you have any additional actions here, or are we absconding with one plant decoy?
I'm just gonna smoke a candy cigarette right out of here.
I
Okay.
can make
Reach
one
out
for
and
your
try to
English
pet him.
studies. Okay. No one wants to. They can mark down your homework assignments. Okay.
You sense behind you, Tuggy Jr. would be reaching out to give you a consoling pat on the back, but as he is made of corn, he is immobile, simply swaying.
Goodbye, child of the breeze.
I imagine it's got like weird, creepy little baby corn fingers.
And then there's a montage of us painting them together, and we're all having a great time. And we're all
Sending him
laughing.
off to college.
Devin, you and Tabitha are a lot older. You're all gray and just smiling.
Waving goodbye as you leave your life forever.
baby.
Wait,
Bryn Noir.
Have a
We're
good
using our
time,
psychic-
Albus Snape. Tug
Oh,
corn.
You were
We're
named after
using
the
our
greatest
psychic
corn
powers
I
to
ever
see
knew.
this. We're using our psychic powers to see into the future.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
Cool. That was weird.
That was an
It almost
unnecessary epilogue 19 years in the future.
Oh, my nose is bleeding.
It's almost
Oh.
like someone forced us to write that and it had nothing at all to do with the story that happened before.
All right, I want to hop in the car with the stranger.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get in the
will
car with
too.
the stranger.
Yeah.
He's currently just hoofing it down the road.
Oh,
Guy does
Oh,
not have a
that's
motor
right.
Oh, he's a
vehicle.
Oh,
walker.
right.
the
Yeah,
cars
Yeah, he doesn't
of
buy
the
American.
body.
No Segway.
No Segway, unfortunately. You do need a license for one of those. At least in the 80s, I assume.
See, that's the big government telling us what and
Ugh.
When I can seg and when I can't seg.
the SAG party. Okay. And we're back in school.
We have fun here, folks. So, the 4 of you hustle out of the school building and follow along behind Ross, who does not seem keen on conversation during transit, but does lead you to a place that you saw before. The dimly lit shop, which simply says Ross over the front entrance, which was midway between here and the Historical Preservation Society that you visited on the field trip in our first episode.
Ooh.
Sitting out in front of the building are a couple wire racks with moldy pamphlets that seem to be about spiritual energy healing and government conspiracies. And the front windows are dusty and crammed full of large examples of crystals, dream catchers, and what appears to be books written in other languages. But as he approaches the front door, he turns back to you and looks up into the sky. Any of you kids see any unmarked black helicopters over there? No?
I don't think so.
Just marked ones.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, those are fine.
Traffic.
It's the unmarked ones you gotta watch out for, man. Come on, everyone inside, quickly. And he opens the door and waits for the 4 of you to enter the shop as it sort of rolls out this stench of incense and marijuana.
Hell yeah.
Huh. This doesn't smell like corn or soybeans.
I think I just figured out why this guy's so paranoid.
It does smell like plants, though. That's a knee slapper. All right, seriously, we're being tailed.
Buh.
I enter the store familiar with the stench of fertilizer.
As you enter, you see there are no lights on in the building currently, but there are shelves stacked high with paraphernalia of all kinds. You see statues to various different worldly religions, whether monotheistic, purely spiritual, or pantheistic. You see self-help guides mingled in with tales of conspiracy and underhanded government dealings. And there is a bizarre proliferation of these same little crystal danglies on leather cords hanging from the ceiling. The same ones that are woven into the beard of your guide.
Oh.
He shuffles his way into this crowded space and flicks on a buzzing halogen light. All right, children, we should be able to speak freely here. As you can see, I have filled this place with prana batteries and channeled my own life essence into them, so they should be able to block radio waves and government x-ray vision. If they got any psionic glass cameras on us, though, oh, well, they're pulling out the big guns for this one.
I was just going to say that.
Oh.
Are you someone's big brother?
Oh no, man, I'm the little brother, and I've been evading Big Brother my whole life.
And I'm looking around, I'm seeing all this world religion stuff. Is that a tiny living miniature Jesus in an aquarium? He's pounding against the glass. He's writing his name. He's going and spelling Jesus.
He puts his arm around you and says, "That, my friend, is what we call a late-stage sea monkey. You see, the big dealers genetically engineer them so they never get to the point where they become sentient. But this one's free range. Hey, Jesus."
Like most people trapped alone with their own thoughts, they've come to believe they are the Messiah.
Don't tap the glass, it freaks him out.
So what is it you have come to tell us and have absconded with children for?
That, my astral traveler, I'm going to need to be introduced to the friend in your bag before I begin. Why don't you bring it out?
I'm sorry. This is the kind of questioning I would have expected from the back seat of a Camry, sir. Could you say it one more time and just tell me what you're saying?
Yeah,
you want me to open my backpack? Is that or my? There are two things with zippers on my person, sir.
The backpack, homie.
Okay. I am removing my backpack. Slink, zip, rip, grip, tip.
And inside, for the first time, Callie is seeing this outside of the museum where you first encountered it. The broken stone idol statue that making physical contact with seems to have been the trigger for all the events that have followed since then. It tumbles out onto the countertop in the darkened interior of the shop, still missing two of its arms, half of its face, and part of these three strange tendril trunks that pulse out of its midsection.
Poor guy.
As it clatters to the tabletop, Ross takes a big step back. Whoa. I don't know if you just felt that, little dudes, but this is a powerfully awakened artifact.
Are you saying it's just kind of aware of itself and knows who it is? Or are you saying it's awakened? Oh, no.
Absolutely, corn dude. what we have right here appears to be, and he starts to like tip it up so that it's standing up, some sort of link between the material realm and the noosphere. Are you aware of the concept of the noosphere, my children?
Absolutely, top to bottom, but I want to hear you say it first.
Ah,
I believe the release of tetrahydrocarbofluorins through hairsprays and refrigerators are currently decimating it, which is why there are sunspots over Africa and the Antarctic is melting. And if we can only solve the neurosphere, we can help the world, I think.
you, my friend, are thinking of the ozone, but I dig the environmental message. The noosphere, my friends, is a part of the environment of our little blue dot. Just like the biosphere contains all living creatures, the hydrosphere contains all water on the planet. The noosphere is the realm of thoughts and mind, all concepts and ideas that exist within the minds of all thinking creatures make up the noosphere. But it is also the realm in which all beings of pure psychic energy exist. Just like to tap, tap, tap on the top of the statue's head. What's connected to our little stone friend here? It seems that it has chosen the four of you, probably because you made contact with it in some way.
It's just nice to feel wanted. I'm sorry, I always get like this when people talk about the noosphere.
I'm glad
I'm
that you
good.
were educated in the old ways.
I'm good. I told you I knew it.
I'm just getting
Forget
used
it.
to the idea that apparently when I had that thought about a piece of corn coming to life and kissing me and rubbing me and that I kissed it back, that exists somewhere in a real world, and that's the neurosphere, the nouveau-sphere, the nuva,
Noosphere.
the nuva's
It,
sphere.
it's an N.
Nuvasphere is something you put on your arm so you don't get pregnant.
I thought so.
It's noosphere with an N and then an O, then another O, then a sphere.
And then the
News.
Nuvosphere is
I've
the
seen the
thing you put
commercials.
on.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think, but that's coming out in like another 20 years, I think.
Yeah, and it makes you just shoot out your eggs like a spawn in salmon. You better not hold in a sneeze or else your drawers will be filled with them.
As soon as you mentioned that this is coming out in about 20 years, Tabitha, Ross just gets a concussive nosebleed. Oh, you gotta watch the time continuum, little dude. Especially when we're dealing with this sort of stuff. No, I think it has reached out to the four of you because, as you can see, its mortal vessel is broken. And an unfinished puzzle attracts puzzle pieces.
Oh.
Hmm.
Like that story about the war veteran who collected mannequin parts.
Exactly.
It was in the news last year. Sad, sad story.
I think it falls to the four of you to rebuild this being. For what purpose, it is unclear, though I can tell you that should you not choose to take this path, there may be consequences. You see, I was in the midst of an meditation session the other day, and I felt the blast wave of your psionic awakening spread over the entirety of this little town. And it woke up a lot more than just me from my smoked out stupor. There's hostile psionic presences all over this town, and it's not just from the government psychers and the black vans that have been driving around, man. Something's coming for this statue, so you gotta keep it safe, and keep yourselves safe in the process.
So first I'm getting a D in math class, and now the entire noosphere is coming after me? Hachi machi!
Guys, we could totally keep it at my house if you want. My parents don't even know I'm ever there. It feels safe to me, but you know,
I think
whatever
I
you
can
guys
put this thing together. All I need is a roll of scotch tape, 2 jugs of orange juice, 1 smaller jug of orange juice, some extra scotch tape, and a gun, no bullets.
I think we're overlooking the fact that it's been very safe in my backpack. I am a responsible 17-year-old boy, and I do believe that I can't hold on to it, Devin.
I don't have a backpack,
De-
and I've got slippery hands.
Do you know what I could do? I could get really, really big, swallow it, and then shrink down again.
This makes arguably a lot of sense when you
Perfect
put it like
sense.
that.
But then once I shrink down, it will explode out of my stomach.
Yeah, that might not work.
Ross leans over to you, Devin, is like, does he mean figuratively grow in size? Or did I imagine that?
Listen, man, I don't trust you even a little bit. So I've met a lot of people like you at camp, and you people like you ran the camps, and don't talk to me this close.
Hey, you know what? I understand, man.
He means
Stay noited.
literally.
Stay noited. If you believe that you will be able to affect your body with your own psychic powers in such a way, that would be most impressive. Though I would caution against attempting to put powerful psychic artifacts inside of your body. I'm not one to judge. I've got a prana crystal. I probably shouldn't say that in front of children.
Sure.
Yeah, but watch this. I can grow myself an inch taller.
I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You could just do that.
I'm going to go back to normal now.
Frost looks blown away, completely flabbergasted. It's been so long since I've seen a display of genuine ESP abilities in the meat space, man. I've been in the astral for so long. Respect. Do you guys have any money? I am selling weed.
Yes, 100%.
Step up to the counter, brother.
That's my man. I hope you got the good stuff, the kind bud like they had on the mean streets of Toledo.
Forgot Toledo. God damn it.
Toledo, where the skyscrapers are so big they make the clouds bleed.
Toledo, where they invented the hot dog, the hamburger, and coming soon the pizzone.
I like this guy, Marone.
While this deeply Italian changing of money and marijuana occurs, the other 3 members of our keen little group here, you watch as the statue where it stands on the countertop begins to move, untouched by human hands. One of its 2 remaining hands, which up until this point was curled into a pointing finger, shifts until it is pointing out the shop and down the road from here, as though acting under some unseen force.
Well, I don't believe I've seen it do that before. Oh, did a skunk go by? It smells different all of a sudden. Oh, yeah, real smooth, dank skunk.
I am going to need a... Let's see. Can I get a grit check from our boy, Tough Boyman? please. Any mortal man would be bowled over by what you have just consumed. But Tough Boyman is simply too tough.
I've
That's
never
tough
felt better.
for you.
I'm a little peckish for some mozzarella, but other than that, I'm doing fine. I can also see through time.
Oh man, did I sell you some of the time weed? Damn it, I got the jars mixed up.
So check this out. In the future, there's going to be this stuff called the Nuvosphere, and you put it on your arm, and if you sneeze too hard, all your ovaries will shoot their eggs out.
Like salmon spawning.
Just like that.
So, what are the four of you doing in this moment? Standing here in this incense-soaked hippie's paradise.
I'm looking at that finger poking out, and I'm thinking to myself, my old dog, my beautiful dog Tad, love her golden mane. When I would go hunting with her through the corn stalks for the stray squirrel or chipmunk or mole or vole that would disrupt the ground and steal from me my precious kernels. She would point in a direction, and I would know then there lay the culprit, and I would have to follow. And I am impelled now. Also,
Following
I'm
your
playing with a
instincts.
rock in my pocket.
The return of the pocket rock.
I forgot I had it, and it was a good thing to find. I found
Can't
it
wait
on
till
a
that
beach.
saves our lives.
You're just in a desperate situation. Go rock! Ha!
And while our friend's talking about that, I think we need to get this statue in Amscray.
Yeah, I think we might need to get the hell out of Dodge, as they say.
I do like this guy, and his weed is super good.
I've got a contact high, and I can feel a panic attack coming like a tsunami. I gotta get out of this pervert garage ASAP.
Oh, as the four of you begin to depart, Ross waves at you as you go. Be safe, astral travelers. Watch the skies. Oh, now time to crack into some of that time weed. The door jingles behind you as it closes. Can I get a brains roll from everybody, please? We're looking for 6s. Oof, that's a 1 from Tough. That's a 2 from Tuggy.
To be fair, I'm super baked right now.
That's true.
Good.
Oh, that's a 3 from Devin. But Tabitha saves it.
Yeah.
Tabitha. You thought it may have been a joke earlier when Ross mentioned that you were being tailed. But there is an all-black SUV with tinted windows slowly creeping down the road in the four of you's direction.
Guys, maybe we should keep this air guitar going.
Don't think we're in a drum circle.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, zuba, bum, crunchy beats. I got a crunchy
'Cause
beat.
I
Hey,
don't
Devin,
trust that behind
Devin,
us.
hold this.
So you're trying
I take a
to
hit,
you're trying to
take a
throw
hit.
them off your
and
Yeah,
then
I'm trying to.
And then I say,
Here you go.
I don't want to talk about the future anymore, guys, but is that an Uber?
Can you give me a grit roll, please, Devin? And while you're doing that, Tabitha, are you attempting to create some sort of distraction?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need a charm roll from you.
Okay.
Wow, you guys with the 14 grit rolls today.
We're a gritty group.
So, Devin,
We're the Grit Brothers.
ever the punching bag of
Travis
the
Grit.
universe, you have consumed more toxic things than this weed on the daily, so you are unaffected. Okay. You begin to provide a stunning air guitar concert on the corner of the street here.
Wait, how is that possible if I only have a D8? Did I get something added?
The Kids on Bike system uses what's called exploding dice. So if you roll the highest, it rolls again.
Right. Okay. Okay.
This
The SUV.
Oh, baby, it's a wild world.
Tough
You-
Boyman is doing Jethro Tull.
You know, I would be worried we'd get like shut down or copyright struck for the singing, but I think we pass like under the bar of quality there.
You don't have to worry about passing under the bar of quality here, believe me.
So, successfully convincing the people in this SUV that you are probably out of your minds, it continues to roll on, certain that you can't be the people that they're supposed to follow. It was absolutely the Jethro Tull flute. So, let's see. From Tuggy, I'm going to need a quick, let's say a flight roll. Are you the one holding the statue currently, or who's actually holding on to the statue?
I
I
think
should
I'm
ask this
still
first.
holding the statue. We argued and bickered amongst ourselves and never came to a plan.
Ah, okay.
Children we are.
So, holding the statue in your open palms, it seems to rotate slightly depending on where you're standing. So you get the feeling that it's zeroed in on whatever location it's trying to point you to.
Just
And
like when Tad grew the tumor in her dog uterus and it became magnetized and would point true north no matter which way I held her. This too is telling me to follow. I'm playing with the rock in my pocket.
Ah, good old canine uterine cancer, the basis for all compasses since 1841.
I know you're just narrating, but please don't poke fun and jest. It's a serious issue and something my character cares a lot about.
Of course, Tuggy.
Thank you.
So, are the four of you making any preparations before getting on this trail, or are you following the path laid out for you by this strange artifact?
I'm full steam. I can grow a snack and a heart. Who wants some high fructose corn syrup? Here we go. Pop, kernel of corn shoots out of my wrist. Alice Spider-Man. A stream of creamed corn just spews out, and I slosh it into everyone's mouth. I can shoot.
We're
cream
screaming.
of corn.
We're screaming.
I'm gonna need you to make a brawn roll.
I just have to hold my hand in the ASL sign for "I love you," and it will just pop out.
I'm gonna need a
brawn
roll to see if you can force creamed corn out of your body at a high enough speed.
4.
And I will add
What do I need?
I will add
Just
your
get
psychic
dribbles.
dice for you. A 6 total. You
How
get
much do I need? I will spend any adversity token. 2.
I'm gonna say we're going to spend 2 adversity tokens to get that full stream.
Done. Worth it.
So now you can beat a screamed corn at any point.
I just shoot it out of my wrist, Alice Spider-Man.
Toby Maguire
Beyond
wishes
Spider-Man.
he could do this.
I'm picturing one of your arms just being like bulgy and gross.
It absolutely like
Corn.
appears under the skin before
Like a
firing out.
Like a squishy Popeye.
Yeah,
First
like a
time
full
it was
pennies.
okay. The second time it hurts. Ow! Ow! It hurts. It hurts big time.
Wait.
Every now and again, I gotta go take a leak, and you just spew creamed corn out of your mouth.
Emptied out like a Ziploc bag.
I really need to ask, is it one continuous stream or is it spurts?
Well, it's a cream of corn, so it'll clog up the pipe every so often.
Yeah. You gotta flick it.
This isn't a smooth substance like high fructose corn syrup. This is cream of corn. As my powers grow, I will become refined.
Horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. I love it.
I say we go, baby.
Any objections?
I'm all corned up and ready to party.
I'm already truant. I'm looking at
Everyone's
3 weeks
faces
detention. I
is
ain't afraid.
dripping.
So,
Exhausted.
sauced up in cream corn, the four of you head down the road from Ross's Emporium and wander down past the local Dairy Queen. And in that same plaza, it seems the statue is pointing directly at the recently opened LASIK eye surgery lab. The eye surgery lab is a pristine building in a very sort of modern 80s exterior. And by that I mean it kind of looks like the carpet of a bowling alley, but along the entire exterior of a building. With large glass paneled front windows. And it looks like there are some people in the waiting room in the interior. Right next to the building is a vacant lot with a earth mover sitting unmanned. It appears to be some construction is going on there. And Tuggy, I'm going to need a brains roll from you specifically.
Understood. I submit to you the best I can do, a 1.
Good thing you used those adversity tokens.
Shoot creamed corn into everyone's mouth.
Worth
Nothing
it.
whatsoever.
I have nothing left.
You need not worry. Go ahead and take an adversity token. You can use that
Okay.
later.
Can I use it right now? Okay, continue.
Yeah. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary as you approach.
This is the place that robbed my father of his sight. That's all I'm thinking about. I pick up a rock of my own and I throw it at the window. I'm mad.
Are you attempting to break the window of this establishment?
I just got mad, and all of a sudden, all this power is just kind of. I would never say a curse so randy, but it's making me loosey goosey.
Is that a yes or a...
Wait.
I
Hold on.
throw the projectile with the force.
Are you gonna?
Am I gonna? I'm gonna throw.
Oh, sorry.
a rock.
First, are you gonna throw the rock, or are you just gonna cream corn the entire outside of the windows?
Well, I was gonna throw a rock, but if you say it like that, I would like to shoot my corn and splatter. You think you can take my father's sight from him and go unheeded? You think you can obstruct a man's eyes and not know pain of your own? Corn upon you, upon your kin, a corn of cream. Cream upon your kin, corn. And I spray.
Giving you people psychic powers was a mistake. Can I get another brawn roll from you, please? And I'll make sure to add your dice in chat.
What do I need?
The goal we're
use
looking
any adversity token.
The goal we're looking for is 10 here.
Okay, well that's okay.
So you're up to 8. If you got 2 in the tank,
I just got 1.
You
Can
get.
Can I blow the air so that the that's more powerful?
My partner Tabitha notices my distress. Why isn't it working?
Tabitha, I will let you do this.
Okay.
I will need you to make a roll of your own.
Sorry. Okay.
Go ahead and give me a brains roll. We're looking at another DC of 10. And I will add your dice for you. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Baby. Hot. Yum
So-
yum.
So you get the volume, Tuggy. You don't get the distance. It just sort of comes gushing
Classic.
out in a short arc. But then, Tabitha, you
That
remember
isn't my life story.
Just rolling up to the front door, but falling short.
People stepping and it just
What?
Oh,
Someone puke.
no.
you
and
you
so
remember
no,
Puke smells like
I don't- I don't-
corn.
I don't think this is puke. I think it's corn. Hold on, everyone.
It's fresh. It smells good.
It's
Yeah,
corn.
no, that's just creamed corn.
It's just corn.
False alarm, everyone.
As the cream corn is arcing through the air, it's like it passes through an industrial wind tunnel because it just splats like a bug on a windshield, high speed against the glass front of this building, as this just destructive tunnel of air blasts forward from where Tabitha is standing. Like bits of trash and leaves stick to the
And corn.
corned exterior
A
that's been
baby
just
carriage.
blown up from the road.
A baby carriage flies
tumbles
against
end over
the-
end.
A shopping cart just goes ass over tea kettle tumbling down the road. Car alarms start going off. It's utter chaos.
Ironically, a weather vane is swirling around.
An
With,
ear of corn is caught in the air.
with all the commotion, the front door of this building swings open, and you see a confused-looking gentleman step out, wearing
Nothing.
a long lab, wearing a long white lab coat. Those sort of like Miami Heat, opaque shades.
Nice.
With this just giant mole right above where the brows meet. It's exactly the same color as the rest of his skin, which is sort of an olive tone. And I don't mean like olive like the skin tone, I mean slightly green.
Oh.
He probably has what I had.
Just a sickly pallor to this creature in his sunglasses as he exits the building. Is that fucking creamed corn?
If you think you
Everyone-
can rob my father of his sight, you can go and take your eye killers back to France, Mr. Lasique.
Everyone, wait. Before he freaks out, I think I can talk us out of this. And I get really small, and now there's. And I climb up him, and I'm climbing up his pants, and I'm climbing up his shirt, and I'm in his collar, and I climb into his ear, and I go, "It's not creamed corn." And I only say it's not creamed corn once, and then I climb back down, and I go, and then I fall and go, oh, and I'm holding on by his belt. Oh, jeez, oh, God. And I climb back up, and then I go all the way back down and run back to my friends, and then, and I'm back.
Don't make him roll. Don't make him roll. Just let him do it. Have it. I liked it.
Oh my god.
Let him have it. Everyone, let
I was
him
doing
have it.
cartwheels the whole time there.
I missed this. You know what? I'm gonna let him have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks around. I think I just heard my conscience speaking. Anyway, he looks at Tuggy. I appreciate the sentiment, child. In fact, hold on a sec. You seem familiar. And at this moment, Tuggy, your dad steps out of the office. White bandages over both eyes seem to sort of stumble forward. Oh, Mr. Rubcorn, please, take your time. And the doctor sort of starts to lead him out.
Shame me once, shame on you, shame me twice, shame on us both.
Tuggy, is that you, boy? I was just here for my appointment with Dr. Lasick here.
Father, you know what they did to you the first time. How can you trust these corneal butchers?
Corneal butchers?
Tuggy, I keep trying to tell you, boy, it takes a little while for the sight to come back. That's what the doctor said. And the pallid figure leans over your father's shoulder. Yes, of course, child. You don't need to worry about your father. His sight will come back very soon, and he'll be able to view this beautiful world of ours. Pats him on the back of the head. Be safe driving home, Mr. Rubcorn. And if any of you four need some help with your eyesight, and he looks directly at you, Mr. Boyman, feel free to stop by.
Don't do it, Tough. Don't do it, Tough.
But I'm so drawn to it.
The allure of elective eye surgery.
It's at this moment.
It's making me an animal.
It's at this moment that the smell reaches the four of you. This man absolutely reeks of licorice perfume.
Oh.
The good
More
doctor.
Like anus, am I right?
Anus. It's like
anus, like
Yeah.
anus niece.
Yeah. Why don't you take 5, Tabitha? You're
You
doing
know
great.
what? It's been a slice.
Tabitha, I'm gonna give you an adversity token for that one.
Very nice.
Just take it.
Cool.
That was terrible.
I mean,
pretty good.
I kind of liked it.
I
It was
enjoyed
kind
it.
of fun.
It was pretty good.
That'll help me cream a corn later.
I can't wait to
adversity
shrink
token,
and-
so thank you.
I can't wait to shrink and eat a single kernel.
Ooh, I'm full.
So, you are currently standing outside of this building, which the statue appears to be laser focused on while you're holding it. So, it appears that some part of it is located either within, without, beneath, above, in some relation to this LASIK eye surgery place, which Tuggy and his family have something of a history with. How do the four of you want to approach this situation?
I mean, I say we've gone this far. We're covered in corn. It's starting to reek. We've got that stinky corn stink. I might as well go inside and freshen up.
Let's
Is what
go
I
in.
say.
I gotta find a bathroom.
Do you have to Duke?
I gotta Duke. I'm full of cream corn and walking. Cream corn and exercise.
Oh, two things that do not go together. Cream corn
Are
and
you
any amount of physical
suggesting
movement.
we pretend to just be teens using the LASIK eye facility for a bathroom? I think that could check out.
Yeah.
Do you want to go spider style?
Spider
Dougie?
style, where you sit down and I pee between your legs, so that we're only using one stall.
Yeah, they won't push us if we do spider style.
Hey,
I can keep watch at the door.
make sure no one comes in, otherwise I won't be able to do it right. I'll get nervous. You have to pee directly between the legs. It's really difficult.
This is, if anyone's wondering about my facial expression, this is the first time I've ever heard that referred to as spider style, and I think that's
Spider style.
incredibly cursed.
You become a beast of 8 legs. Who pisses twice.
Oh, God. So who's heading this operation?
I got this. Let's not. I don't think we'll actually do spider style, but hey, doctor, can you let some kids in? We gotta go spider style.
Why
What's
spider
spider
style?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
I'm gonna need a charm roll from you, please. You're looking at a 5, I think. No, a 4.
Ah!
Can I? I want to roll 2, but to be his hype man.
I'm gonna say if you go ahead and spend a adversity token in this moment, Tuggy, to bump yours up to a 4, I will let that coast the two of you along here.
But what if I have to cream a corn later? Jeez, I don't know.
Oh, jeez, oh, jeez.
Come on. Tough, do you really need it?
Unless there's another way in, if Tabitha or Devin can think of something.
I'm spending it. Done.
I'm going to get elective eye surgery, and as part of the condition, my friends get to hang out and watch.
Oh, so you'll just be the bait getting elective eye surgery.
It's a honeypot.
I've got a Amex.
The classic honeypot. The dame goes in for elective eye surgery.
Yeah, I'm getting elective eye surgery.
Okay. So the 4 of you enter the LASIK eye surgery building.
Check out the look again. Her peepers popped. Sorry.
I want the businessmen's.
The interior has much of that same sort of cosmic bowling carpeting with those. Have you ever been in like a therapist's office that's been in practice for like 20 years? And they've got those really uncomfortable chairs with like the wooden armrests.
No,
and like
no
the,
one on
the
this
like
call's been in a therapist's office.
Or believes in therapy. I think it's important.
Of course, my mistake. They've got some very uncomfortable looking waiting room chairs.
So I've heard.
And everyone's doing spider style all day long until the cows come home.
Whoa!
Yeah, you walk in. Whoa.
Whoa. Dude, twice the pee a normal guy could do.
Does anyone need a partner?
Gotta pair up, man. Can't go
Looking
singles.
for a spare. I got a spare.
I'll do a spare. Puts
But I
down
gotta
magazine.
be on bottom.
I put down a magazine, Spider Style Daily.
There is a large selection of thoroughly outdated magazines from the 70s, as well as a cooler of cucumber water sitting on a nearby low table. And the receptionist appears to be one of the nurses, but the uniforms is bizarre. They have sort of a white head wrap that comes to a conical point on either side, with the little surgical mask in front, leaving only their eyes visible. And the rest of their body cloaked in sort of a high-collared, long-sleeved white surgical gown with these black leather gloves. And she's standing entirely silently behind the front desk as the 4 of you enter. And just stares the 4 of you down, unblinking.
Nothing.
I'll have the businessmen's.
She sort of leans forward.
I like hide behind Devin.
I do too.
And do you have
Yeah.
insurance, sir?
No, it'll be Amex.
So you'll pay for it all out of pocket. Say it.
All out of pocket.
Tell her your butt itches.
My friend has a rock in his pocket, so it's gonna be out of pocket.
Can you make a charm roll for me, please, Devin? Every single time. This man has a D6 for charm, and I don't think he's ever rolled under an 8.
Hey, Devin.
The nurse
want the
nods. I see. So, the businessman's package for you then. We've got an open room if you're ready to go.
Yeah, let's do it. You Irish?
Right this way, sir. And she sort of begins to lure you into the back of this establishment behind sort of a beaded jade curtain.
I want to be able to read really small numbers on a screen.
After Dr. Lassik's experimental LASIK eye surgery, you will be able to read tiny numbers on a faded receipt from across the room. You will be able to see sights unseen by mortal men for centuries. You will truly see the world as it is.
Pretty spooky, Devin.
This is a little spooky. But I'm in. Just the businessmen. So do I get a haircut with this?
No, but there is an included shave.
Nice. Hot towel.
Of course, the hot towel. What do we look like, cavemen? She
Can
leads
you do those? Can you do those lightning bolts in it too? That looks cool as hell.
I like like a Gatorade situation.
That's actually the deluxe package.
Ah, fair's fair.
She begins to lead you back into one of the surgical rooms, and you see each one of them does not have a number on it, but instead has this bizarre symbol of a moth with eyes on each of the wings. You would know that the face of the statue is very similar to this same arrangement, these sort of moth-like wings with the eyes on each wing. But this symbol is cropping up everywhere once you get past the sort of back of this establishment. For our other three, what are you three doing in the lobby? Currently, there is no one else in there, as the nurse who was tending the front desk has absconded into the back with one of your friends.
I want to look through the appointment book. I want to see who else is showing up here. Who else are they fucking over?
Very interesting.
I'm taking the statue out of my pocket or my backpack. That's what I call it sometimes. And it's kind of a big back pocket.
I'm just imagining whenever you say you're playing with a rock in your pocket, you've got your arm fully shoved into your backpack, just screwing around with like a fistful of gravel.
Yeah.
Oh, I now realize what that looks like.
Oh, I'm taking the idol out and I'm seeing where it's pointing.
Okay.
And
tough.
I'm a little nervous about my man Devin, so I'm gonna shrink down and tail him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that the whole time.
But when you get small, it becomes.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a flight roll from you, and I'm gonna add your psychic abilities. And for Tuggy and Tabitha, I need brains rolls.
Hey.
Hey.
Stick that in your mouth and suck it. That came out a little ruder.
I did fight instead of flight. Sorry. I have now flown.
It's okay. They're two very similar words. I don't know why that was the final design decision. Okay. So, rapid fire as we are coming up on the end of our episode here. Tabitha, you look through the logbooks, and with your keen memory from the talk you've heard over dinner of your parents discussing their dealings with the most important people in town, you can see the names of several prominent local businessmen, as well as pretty much everyone on the city council has recently come in for a LASIK eye treatment here.
Some of them even have good vision.
With people getting the businessmen versus businessmen just coming in.
Thanks.
Getting the routine. Maybe a bird or something like that. You know.
Totally. Yeah, businessman Chorney Hornbin, he got the bird.
Chorney Hornbin. Cannon. I'm writing it down. You can't take this back.
Okay, cool. He owns the local car wash.
Chorney Hornbin at the car.
Chormy has.
Did you get LASIK surgery? No. Why do you ask? Your eyes look like bird's eyes.
It makes their heads.
They have to do this while they walk.
I almost said Devin. Tuggy, as you pull the idol out, it begins to swivel around as though following something in motion before beginning to tilt downward, as though what you're looking for lies below the foundation of this building. And Tough, you sneak along into the back, following behind Devon as he is led into, Devon, what you can surmise as room 7 in the back here. The nurse steers you in and sits you down in what looks like one of those nightmarish dentist's office chairs, the kind that they like lean you back in. But this one has large leather straps where the chest, hands, and feet would be placed of the patient in the chair. Moments later, you begin to smell the wafting scent of licorice as Dr. Lasick, that same sort of like cone on both ends head wrap applied, and as well as a surgical mask, leaving only his eyes with the opaque shades and that giant gross mole visible. He enters, stretching on a pair of black leather gloves. So nice of you to join us. Devon, have a seat, please.
You smell like Jägermeister. And you have bird eyes.
Oh, you might need to take a closer
Let him
look,
in.
Devon. As he reaches up and takes the sunglasses off, and you can see both of his eyes are just these multicolored swirling spirals of unnatural hues and pigments that glow slightly. You feel suddenly the nurse behind you grip onto your shoulders with vice-like strength and begin to try and force you down into the chair. Once we're done with you, son, you're going to be seeing the world very differently. As he begins to withdraw a fistful of bladed instruments from the pocket of his lab coat. Devon, I'm going to need a brawn roll to attempt to resist being grappled into this chair here. You're looking at...
Come on, Devon.
Do you resist?
Yo, what if
Hey, can I
like
help?
it?
Oh, if you want to willingly submit to the chair here, a 2 is not going to make it.
A 2.
Can I
I
help
wanna
him
see
unless he
what
really wants it?
If you would like,
Unless you really want it.
if you would like to jump in at this moment, I would need a brawn roll from you to attempt to break the hold as the nurse is forcing Devon down into the chair.
Okay.
Though Devon in the moment is probably just like, "Why are you pushing me? I asked for this."
I'm a paying customer. I want the businessman.
The businessman.
Are you changing size, or are you attempting to remain small in this moment? Because if you change size, I'll let you add your psychic die to this.
Changing size.
Hell yeah, let's roll the 2d4. You guys have been getting the exploding d4s today. So 5 plus 7 comes out to a total of 12. Devon, just as the nurse, who now leaning over you, you begin to realize with those conical head wraps and just their face being visible in the center, almost makes their heads look like giant eyes, with the sort of iris and pupil being their face, and the points come off to either side in that oval shape. Just as she's beginning to strap in your wrists, from the size of a flea springs out Tough Boyman, wrapping his arms around the nurse's waist and power bombing her backwards onto her own spine.
Vicious. I'm in a state of bloodlust now. I'm fucking crazy. You can't stop me.
There is some ketamine and laced in that weed.
That's what makes it time weed.
Yeah.
It took a while to hit.
Dr. Lasick jumps back in fear, and from beneath his coat produces like a dog whistle, which he blows into, and you can hear the sound of pounding feet come running down the corridor towards you. And in this hyper-dramatic moment, I think we are going to have to draw to a close for the evening. The cliffs, we are hanging from them. sorry to do this to you, story hounds, but we are drawing towards the end of our evening. I wonder if our heroes will be able to escape their peril on the next episode.
I hope.
They better. And I got a hankering for some corn.
This episode of The Story Must Be Rolled brought to you by creamed corn. Creamed corn. Put it in your mouth.
Comes from your arms.
It really hurts.
Locally sourced from a psychic teenager near you.
Boiling creamed corn under the skin.
If I don't let it leak out, it'll swell up. It's kind of like a boil, like a bad boil. You have to drain.
Everybody make sure to try the new Crow creamed corn flavor. Call it quadruple C.
Crow corn.
All right. Are there any announcements before we sign off for the evening?
Just like to thank everyone for hanging out and watching. We will try to get this next one in hopefully a little sooner. But hey, this was on the 31st. We're still doing it once a month, baby.
Hey.
Yeah. Just before the deadline.
Oh,
hell yeah.
We had a couple of new subscribers. We had Grey Worm 5.
Ooh.
Grey Worm.
And we had a Ghastly Grapher for month 3-month streak. That's our friend Chatelaine.
Wow.
Thank you.
You sweet.
Sweet,
call you my piece of pie.
Well, thank you so much to Grey Worm and Ghastly Grapher for joining us, and to everybody in the congregation for coming out and watching this evening. It's so wonderful to have you.